Hello and welcome everyone. Just like any other videos I did with all the other civs, here as well I will show you the most basic HRE build order that you can do and you're not gonna have the slightest problem. So we will start with the basic build order just like every civilization. Alright, so first you wanna send 3 villager to food, right? So 3 villager to food and 3 villager to gold. That's your first starting. After that, you can do like a little bit of attack move with the prelate. The reason behind that, because during the attack move, the prelate will do still buffs, right? So as you can see, the prelate is still buffing the villagers. It's on the move. It's perfectly fine for you. Prelate on the move. It works only with attack moves, see? It didn't even finish the attack move yet. But at the move, he is still buffing villagers. You can do like small little attack moves as well to make sure the prelate will buff non-stop the villagers. And as soon as it will get to the circle, it does the prelate buff on the villager that requires prelate buff, right? It will stop, it will do the buff, which is amazing. As soon as the villager is in the circle of the prelate, it will start buffing the villagers. Amazing, isn't it? So you can do this little trick with the HRE, which is not a bad trick for like, you know, starting on. And after that, the landmark choice is gonna be really simple. We are going maximum on the Aachen Chapel. Now there are multiple Aachen Chapel ideas, multiple positions, multiple good Aachen Chapels. Let's talk about the Aachen Chapel on wood, because we like some, you know, English style with the HRE. Because if you wanna switch civ, you wanna make it easy for you to understand on the basic level. While most of you are playing English or played English, that's for sure. Starting with the HRE as like an English player is always good. It's always good. So, let's say we are building the Aachen Chapel for now on wood. There's no problem with this. No problem if you build your Aachen Chapel on wood and you're boosting your food. Again, you don't need to copy pasta all the pro players what they are doing. You don't need to be a pro player if you don't want to. You just need to enjoy the game, but you hate losing, right? You hate losing. That's fine. So what we are doing, we are trying to a little bit mimic the English in perspective of easy farming, setup of economy, and etc. So this is more like a feudal aggressive HRE build that you're gonna see what you are actually going to do as soon as you age up. You can even add another pallet to like put it on your goal to make sure all your upgrades will get in their time as well. Even if you have an Aachen Chapel and the Aachen Chapel not boosting your gold, there is no problem of making a second prelate before someone throws a pile of poo-poo to your head telling you you are doing a mistake. Tell that person, no, you are not doing any mistake, you know what you are doing, and that's perfect. So we are almost to the next stage, which means the Aachen Chapel is almost done and we can slowly start pushing out the farms. Just like as I said with English, you love farming, right? Most of us love farming. Farm. So first what you need to do, because we still have some resource, still have some sheep under our PC, right? You might still have like, let's say 9 sheep total in your food bank. We are slowly adding villagers now to the food. You see, I pulled most of the villagers to the wood, and I pulled a few villagers to the food, 4 on food now, a few on gold, which is perfect. Now, here on, you can slowly build whatever building you need. If you're playing against French, you build a barrack. If you play against, I don't know, English, you build a stable, you build an archer range. So, based on the civilization you are playing against, that building you will build. Okay, So you are building your production building, you are building a mill as well, for example. You can build a lumber camp as well, because even though we have 15%, 40% faster gathering speed, right? We can push in some upgrades as well, because don't forget we put a prelate on the gold, which means your gold is ticking, getting higher and higher. You need to spend your gold, which is really nice, because again, we have 40% extra gathering speed thanks to the prelate. The prelate gives you 40% extra gathering speed. Now you are putting on a wheelbarrow as well, you are putting on a double brodex, a forestry, or maybe you are building a blacksmith. Let's say, yeah, a blacksmith, why not? We still have sheep, we still live with the sheep under our TC. We put a blacksmith as well into our build. You don't want the villagers to gather berries unless you put an Aachen chapel nearby, or you have a prelate, like let's say 9 villagers on the berries and a prelate. The reason behind that, because you will actually gather berries faster than a Basid or Delhi or Ayubid, because they have much lower percentage. Of course, you don't have berry boost, you can't boost your berries, but you can a little bit, you know, gather faster than the other civilization. But of course you are getting faster sheep as well. What I'm saying here is that if you want to gather berries, just make sure you have a prelate boosting your villagers. Now that you have production buildings, you can queue up units slowly, and you can make farms. To kill your opponent, you don't need to make ramps, okay? What you need to do, actually, to kill your opponent, is make sure you make a ton lot of units, and just be annoying, right? You just need to be annoying, like really annoying. You are adding farms slowly to your Aachen chapel. You are being annoying. All your upgrades are getting in. You're gonna put in a horticulture as well. Your farms are coming as well, and you will see my food economy is just getting better and better. You can even make feudal men-at-arms if you wish to make, or you can just make spearmen archers. That's good as well. While scouting the enemy, looking around their base. And again, try to imagine playing HRE like English, because everyone started with English. If you switching to the civilization as like playing like English, you will not have the slightest problem to understand HRE. The only difference between HRE and English that you need to make a meal, right? You make a meal, you make 8 farms around it. You make a meal, you make 8 farms around it. Now with HRE, you don't have to do that. What actually you can do, and that's not a problem at all, you can make double layer of farms. Especially me, I hate double layers of farm around any kind of building, aka meal or granary or etc. Food economic building. But with the HRE Aachen Chapel, you don't lose that much out if you just don't make any combo meals. You know what I mean? You can do that. What you need is to make sure you have 2 layers of farm around the Aachen Chapel, and after that you're not gonna have a slightest problem with your economy. Yes, I don't want that one. So now you are slowly getting the resources, you made the units as well, you little bit harass the enemy base, you are doing the damage what you need to do, and you are aging up slowly. Well, currently, the current meta is, well, who knows what the future will bring, but the current meta is going with the Regnitz Cathedral. Now, Regnitz Cathedral is much better for you to do, since with Burger, or Burgrave, but we love to call it Burger, you need to make units non-stop, okay? So, Burger is like, you fast castle, and then you make units, that's Burger. But if you want to go with a safer option, you go with the Regnitz, you try to catch some relics, and you are happy because you catch some relics, right? Now, there are a few things to talk about when we are going to the next stage as well. Before going to the next stage, sorry about it. Your units have faster movement speed than any other civilization basic units, right? Expect the archer for Japanese, the normal archer, because that has faster movement speed as well. But what I'm saying is, literally every unit has faster movement speed. Spearman 1.38, archer 1.38. So all your infantry has a boosted amount of movement speed. If I'm correct, it's like 10%. Which is really nice. Well, it's not just that, but also the HRE towers, the arrow slits and etc. are cheaper as well inside. And, if that's not enough to know, the vision, for some reason, the vision for HRE towers are better than any other civilization. So, if you play English or if you play other civs, you will see their line of sight is not as good as the HRE line of sight with the tower. So now, when you see HRE players putting the relics not inside the Regnitz Cathedral, but any other building, there's a reason for it. First of all, you need to read all the details before you start playing and asking weird questions on Twitch chat. First of all, the building says, act as a monastery or relic generate 100% gold while garrison. That doesn't mean the relic need to be garrisoned inside the Regnitz Cathedral. That means every building that you can garrison the relic inside will give you 100% extra gold. But that's not just all. Okay, so there are many things that people are not telling you, and you're gonna be like, holy shit, Corvinus, I didn't even fucking knew it. I know you didn't know that because you didn't read the most basic things about the game. But that's fine, we don't have problem with that. First of all, when you put inside the tower, you will give insane amount of stats to that tower, right? Let's see the vision range. This is the vision range without garrison relics. This is the vision range with garrison relics. Boom! What the hell is this, right? You are asking, look at this vision range. That's crazy. Also, you will see relic garrison. It will give 25% armor, 25% damage increase, 20% sight range, and 20% weapon range. It's really good. Because now, even though it still has 0 fire armor, 0 melee armor, no problem. We just need to upgrade the tower, make it a little bit better, right? So we're going to upgrade the tower, and let me show you something after that. And we upgraded the tower. Alright. So now you learn that putting inside the relics, the tower, it also generates 160 gold. Congratulations, now you are better than average Twitch chatter. What also you need to know, there is another buff if you put it inside the dock. If you are playing hybrid map or full water map or somewhere where you have to fight on water, I push you to put it inside the dock. The reason behind that, because as you read, it will increase the attack speed of every military ship. Now, if you put 4 relic or 3 relic inside, let's say 3 relic, then it's not 5% now, it's 15%. So the percentage will stack up, and in the end, you're gonna have like crazy ships. 50% extra attack speed on a galley or a hog. Demolition ship doesn't matter. Or a correct is insanely good. Okay. Perfect. So again, the more relic you have in a dock, in docks, the more percentage you will receive, right? So I can even show you that. Need some relics. Give me this relic. Okay, give me that relic. Okay. And I need one more relic. Okay. So as we like talk about the early stuff, of course the build order talking is over. Now we are just talking about important things. So let me show you first. I'm taking out the relic from the dog. So this is a Hulk with 4.3 12 attack speed. This is a galley with 1.5. Okay. Now I put inside. Now it's 3.99 and 1.46. Again, I take it out. 1.5, 4.12. Put it inside, put it inside. And now it's 1.42 and 3.85. So as soon as you are putting more and more relics inside the dock, the faster will these ship shoot. So now I put the relic inside there. 1.39. So we are up to 1.39 attack speed now. Next one. 1.35 attack speed. So again, 3.58. Okay, just to make sure that you understand how important this is. I'm gonna take out the relics. And also, you will get the 160 gold per minute from the docks as well. So the gold increase, you can see 160 gold from the dock. So again, for you to understand, this ship had 4.5 attack speed. As soon as I put the relics more and more and more into the dock, it goes down to 3.58. We almost, not really, but let's say almost received one extra attack speed. But this boost for your ships is crazy good. Crazy good. You will feel the faster attack speed when you are playing against a player. Because, let's say you are in H3, because you can put the relic inside the dock in H3, and you can increase the attack speed, your Springer ship already. Now, let's see what's gonna be the attack speed for my Springer ship. 2.9! Okay, let's take it out. From 3.45 to 2.9. That's what I'm saying, like, you will feel it. It's literally shooting much faster and much better. Okay, next things with this H3. In H3, you also unlock different things. Like, as I said, Marathon is in Feudal, has faster movement speed. Crossbow has faster movement speed. And Landschlachter has faster movement speed as well. The Marathon for the HRA, juiced up. If you go to the Castle Age and you upgrade all these, so this upgrade is not for the Landschlachter. So during one of my coaching sessions, one guy asked me if this upgrade is for the Landschlachter. I was like, no. He never researched this upgrade because he thought this is for Landschlachter. Even though it says Marathons with two-handed weapons. But he never read what was written under it, and he thought this is for Landschlachter. So this is not for Landschlachter, this is for Marathon. So you can juice up the Marathon. Now we give +6 heavy damage to the Marathon. And we can add another 2 damage as well to the Marathon. So now instead of 12, it will have 14 plus 6 damage. Perfect. If you are fighting against non-armored units, the double-handed weapon comes first. If you are like fighting against heavy units now, then you have to research the bonus that we get, the bonus damage against the heavy units. Okay, that's all you have to do. There is a really cool unique stuff as well for the HRE, which is the Inspired Warriors. Now, I researched the Inspired Warriors, which means I can buff my units. So let's say I go full Brexit upgrades. Let's buff that Marathon. Now it has 18 damage and +6 against heavy. So it's received 3 extra damage and also received another 1/1 armor. Perfect. So now it does tons of damage against heavy units. Go with the Landschlachter. Now the Landschlachter does 23 damage. But of course, one thing I didn't mention about the Landschlachter, that they do AoE damage. Okay, so look at this. Landschlachter, go! So they do AoE damage and they kill a crazy amount of units at the same time. Because the splash damage they have, because the big weapon they have in their hands. Amazing. One really important thing as well for the HRE, most likely you will face an opponent of water map or hybrid map. You can have, let's say you are playing Archipelago. You can have a dock or just water maps where your dock is closed, or you can build a TC around your dock. Now they have one of the most toxic ability, which is the emergency repair. As soon as your building is got damaged, you can use the emergency repair, which gives you 150 health every 1 second for 20 seconds. Very toxic ability, I love it. So most of the time when you are playing with the HRE, you have two really good options. Now, this option is the best, okay? I love this option, but listen to this. Sadly, most of your 1 versus 1 or your team games will go with the Palace of Swabia. The reason behind that, because you produce villagers 200% faster at 66% less cost, and cost to build this landmark is reduced by 20%. Well, that's the only reason why you most of the time build Palace of Swabia. But if you have a really good build order to make 2 TC and you drag out the game a little bit longer because you couldn't finish off your opponent, etc., you will build the Elzbach Palace, which, holy moly, my favorite landmark in this game, because it has more HP and the influence, like any building inside the influence, takes 33% less damage. Okay, so again, this is a town center. This is like 3 TC. I think this is like 3 TC of having Palace of Swabia, and also cheaper landmark. But we can age up the Elzbach Palace, even though it's not a meta landmark. But I love it. Sorry, but I love the landmark. I always love the landmark. And this time I will not say no to the landmark, okay? We aged up. And now, let's say you are playing water map. You can make Carrack. Just like every other civ, you have your badass ship. Now, why is it so good to make Carrack with HRE? Because again, the attack speed. So what else the HRE has? You may ask. There are many other things as well. So you can put the relic not just inside tower or dock. You can put the relic inside keep as well, which makes the keeps insanely strong. Okay, but that's not enough, right? You want to get more information. Well, inside the keeps, you will find two, oh my god, two best upgrade. If you are playing against Ayubid, this upgrade will save your life. Because if you research this, the Ayubid Manjanic fire damage will almost do nothing. Okay, literally almost do nothing. It's like, fine, you have it, but nobody cares that you have it. Because, don't forget, if you have fire armor, the Manjanic fire damage does less damage. So, as I said, if you put inside the keep, boom, damage, armor increased by 25%, damage increased by 25%, sight range increased by 20%, and weapon range increased by 20%. And you can see it says the Elzbach Palace building takes 33% less damage. Which again, that's brokenly good. Literally brokenly good. Okay. So, if you have a tower, let me show you again. If you have a tower, you can put the relic inside the tower. And again, you will see the stats. Let's upgrade it. Knight has 6 fire armor. The reason behind that, because we had 5 fire armor, and as soon as you put the relic inside, the fire armor got increased and the ranged armor got increased as well, from 50 to 12 with the relic. So, if you upgrade one emplacement of the tower, that one emplacement will be better. Now, that's the reason why we love to put the relics inside the keep, because you can have only one emplacement. Let's say cannon emplacement. Then the cannon emplacement is gonna be stronger. Cannon emplacement is 72 damage with 9.5, 70 damage, of course, plus 2 with the blacksmith upgrade. 9.5 tiles of range. With the relics, it's now 11.4 range and 90 damage. Now, you can make this even better because you can increase the health of walls, towers, and gates inside the keeps. This is for every keep. You have this upgrade inside every keep. Let's get them. And you will see now the tower has 12 fire armor, which is crazy. And also, the Elzbach has 14 fire armor, which is crazy again. If you research the tide barns will work on outposts or docks as well. You can see this dock now making stone, wood, food, and gold. And the 100% extra gold, so 160 gold per minute. Now, as you see, I put the relic inside the Elzbach, which means 14 fire armor. And if you calculate it down, if someone tries to attack, torch down your Elzbach with like Manet armor or horseman. So how it works is that first it calculates, I think, the percentage, and after that the fire armor. So everyone will do 1 torch damage to your Elzbach. So you need siege to take it down, but even with siege, 33%, right? And let's say you get the university upgrade, which increases the HP of the keep, 10,000 HP. Now try to destroy this with a siege, how many siege you need, and also has emergency repair. Every building has emergency repair. So again, relics can put inside defensive structures or inside the dock. So you can put it inside keep, inside monasteries, inside towers, and that will do what they are doing. But the only building that gives you extra attack speed is gonna be the keeps. Now let's say you are one of the most luckiest fella and you gathered all the relic. Okay. So let's see what happens if we have a Karak. Karak 5.62 attack speed. 5.38. 5.12. 4.88. 4.62. And 4.38 attack speed. That's crazy. So again, now you will see why this is so good if you put the relics inside the dock with HRE. Even with one relic, you make your ship better. By the way, this is the E-repair. We just call it E-repair. This is so good if you put inside the docks because you're gonna have like a better chance to win water fights as well. On H4, currently nothing is really happening. You have normal stuff. You have Culverin, not bombard. This is like a cheaper version, a budget bombard. You have normal hand cannoneer, but of course you can buff the hand cannoneer damage. So instead of 38, it's gonna be 44. Okay. As you can see, so it will do 44 plus 5 damage against melee infantry, because, you know, nice damage, 44.5. You can buff siege as well, don't forget. So you can buff Vanguard, you can give extra armor. Like, who said you need extra more armor, right? Well, if you're HRA, you can give extra armor for siege, because why not? Like, we need to give extra armor, right? You can give extra damage, as you see, to every siege. There's spring gold as well. Damn, 16 damage spring gold now. 30 extra damage to the rams. So you can give some extra damage to the siege, which is not bad. You can buff every unit. You can buff knights, you can buff horsemen, every infantry, you can buff the villagers, you can buff the scout as well. I'm pretty sure you can. Okay, now maybe I said something, I'm not sure. Oh yeah, you can buff the scout. Okay, I was goddamn right, you can buff the scouts as well. Look at that, buffed up scout. 5 damage. Try to beat me. 4 armor. So that's all about the HRE, the unique stuff, the little build order that you need to know when you before you are playing 1 versus 1 ranked with the HRE. I hope you enjoyed that. We talk about the civilization, and you will have more knowledge in the future to play with the HRE.